All right, so I have just topped off each of these raised garden beds. I used compost and just garden soil in about a 1-to-1 mix, just fill it up to the edge. Here are where my seed potatoes are going. I do not have my irrigation system set up yet. I'll probably hand water if needed for now until summer hits. And here I had tomatoes last year, but I'm trying to practice some crop rotation, so I've moved my tomato stakes over here for this coming season. And you can see here that I've got 3 emitters wrapped around the stake here, and so when I do get the tomato plants, they'll just go there at the base of each of those stakes, and hopefully those stakes are big enough, we'll see. And then on the back side of this 4x6 bed, you might be like, well, what are those T-posts doing in there? Well, I had corn last year and it was real floppy, so I had to figure out how to keep the corn from flopping over, so I had this sort of some rope tied around it. But this year I'm gonna put cucumbers here, and so I'm actually gonna put some cattle panel and create like an arch and grow about 4 cucumber plants at each one of those stakes, and let it kind of grow over the arch. I might put some salad greens at the bottom there, we'll see, but I will definitely need more to attach more emitters here, which is pretty simple. If you're curious as to how to set up drip irrigation, I do have a video on that. Another really great resource on this is Drip Depot, but I did do a step-by-step on how I set up this whole system. And my system is actually running off of municipal water. It's not attached right now. I have an automatic timer and a head assembly that I put here, but here is where I actually have a spigot, and it's sort of detached for now through the winter, but the goal is to use this rain tank. And so it's about a 233 gallon rain tank. Currently just has a leader hose attached to it, but I want to get a pump and then actually water my garden that way. So that is the goal for this season. All right guys, I am going to be planting my potatoes today, and so essentially a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, buy seed potatoes, not the ones from the store per se, because the store-bought ones do put have some sort of retardant on the outside to keep the eyes from forming, and you want that because that's what your plant is going to come out of. And so I bought 2 varieties that are known to do well in Texas. One is Lesotho Red and the other one is Kennebec White, or White Kennebec. And I bought them about the size of an egg, a chicken egg, and I cut them in half, and I made sure there was about 3 eyes or potential eyes on each side. And I don't know, you can see I cut them about a week ago so they'd form that callus. Can you kind of see that? And then already you can see there's some sprouting going on. And so when I put these in, I'm gonna plant them about 6 inches deep, about 10 inches apart, eyes facing up. So I've got this stick here and I've marked it, if you can kind of see that, to about 6 inches deep. So what I do is I just stick it in like this and level the top part off with the top of the soil. And then I dig all the way down till I see that, that 6-inch marking. All right guys, I am sitting on the edge of my Keyhole garden, and if you're not familiar with what that is a raised bed style of garden that has a central compost bin, and this garden really helps with water and nutrient efficiency. Currently, I have got 3 kale plants here that survived our 2023 summer like a champ. I will say that this doesn't get a ton of sun, maybe 4 hours. So it's probably not ideally located, but like for some of your greens that can tolerate that, this is, for me, this is a good spot. So I currently, you can see the kale here. I don't know if that's just the normal growth pattern of kale if you let it go for a while, or if that's because they're reaching for the sun. I don't know. I'm not a kale farmer, so if you know, let me know. But I had a bunch of extra seed potatoes, and so for better or for worse, I decided to stick them in here as well and see what happens, because I didn't want to waste them. And so we'll see how it goes. All right, this is one of my new favorite garden tools. It's called a flame weeder, and essentially it's a blowtorch. You just attach it to propane. The same propane tank that you use to run your gas grills is exactly what you use for this. And so if you've got a lot of granite or rock or even pavers where you've got a lot of weeds or plants growing where you don't want them to, this is great. And so essentially you turn it on at the tank, you turn it on here. This one comes with an igniter, and there you have it. And so a lot of fun. It's not a one and done. You got to get out there and do maintenance from time to time. But it is fun, it's satisfying, and it's chemical free. So the flame doesn't completely decimate the plant, but it does rupture the plant cell membranes, keeping it from photosynthesizing. You'll know that it's working when the plant leaves turn from a glossy to matte type color. It does not scorch the material you're flaming apart from the plant, so that's nice as well. In an effort to reduce my lawn size, I decided to extend several of my garden beds, and I used my root slayer shovel to do so, and it cut through that sod without any issue. I then cleaned up the edges with my half moon spade, and you can see the final product here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next one, y'all take care.